Thank you for joining this session on the WCA professional committees. The committees are critical in helping WCA deliver one of our key objectives, to improve the profitability, efficiency and sustainability of our members. They play an important part in helping us understand member needs and help members tackle key challenges in the industry through events, webinars, virtual member forums, and by creating documents and resources. We have 6 professional committees, and today you'll be hearing from our overarching Technology and Sustainability Steering Committee, the Zero Carbon and Environment Committee, the Operations and Performance Committee, and the Safety and Health Committee. We also have a committee for Product Materials and Concrete, which looks at how changes in products can accelerate decarbonisation and how we can promote cooperation throughout the supply chain from cement to construction. Our Industry 4.0 committee covers a wide range of topics from information gathering and digitalisation to automation and AI and machine learning. It looks at sharing best practices in this fast-moving field and how we can ensure that our members of all sizes have access to these innovations. All our committees share their working with our members through our professional networks. The networks are open to all members, and there's no limit on the number of participants from member organisations to a network. As a network member, you'll have access to resources and events put on by the committees, and you'll also be able to influence what topics the committees work on and prioritise through discussions and surveys. We have the Safety and Health Network and the Technology and Sustainability Network, which encompasses the 5 remaining committees. We also have the Gender Focus Network, which sits outside of the professional committee structure, but plays a vital part in promoting the sustainability of the cement industry. And you can find out more about the Gender Focus Network at the Embedding Gender Diversity panel later this morning. We'll now hear from our committee chairs. If you have any questions, please join us at the networking table after the session. Thank you.
女士们、先生们，大家好，我是中国联合水泥王克东，同时也是世界水泥协会 WCA 技术与可持续发展指导委员会主任。非常感谢 WCA 以及专业委员会成员对我的信任与支持。下面我从3个方面对专业委员会及工作进行介绍。一是成员介绍，技术与可持续发展指导委员会来自 WCA 会员企业推荐的专家组成，包括法孚集团奥利维尔先生、亚洲水泥徐旭平先生、扬州铝水泥殷和秀先生、安徽海螺水泥陈小斌先生、济开水泥戈帕尔先生、PVC 水泥德龙先生、爱法史密斯周伦先生以及红宝集团玛利亚斯先生。在专业委员会工作及活动开展过程中， WCA 会员企业给我们提供了大力支持， WCA 执委会给予殷切指导，本专业委员会成员作出积极贡献，在此请允许我对他们表示诚挚谢意。发展历程：2019年9月 ，WCA 召开上海大会期间，成立技术与创新委员会、健康与安全、环境与气候变化、市场与物流委员会。2021年3月，经执委会批准 ，WCA 对专业委员会进行改革，技术与创新委员会改组为技术与可持续发展指导委员会，下辖零碳与气候、健康与安全、工业 4.0、产品材料与混凝土、运营与绩效5个专业委员会。专业委员会旨在加强会员企业互联互通，分享最佳实践、技术信息，为成员企业提供增值服务。本专业委员会成立后，开展了多项会员活动。一是 WCA 智能化工厂 NOx 超低排放会员论坛，2019年12月5日至7日，我们举办了智能工厂以及 NOx 超低排放论坛活动。来自不同国家的20多名专家与代表参加了本次论坛活动，参观了全角海螺水泥、济宁海螺水泥及湛黄金隅水泥，就 NOx 超低排放、智能化工厂转型和发展等内容做出了深入的沟通与交流。第二，举办了在线活动。2020年突如其来的新冠肺炎给全球的水泥行业带来了前所未有的冲击，对专业委员会活动开展造成影响。我们积极改变模式，采用了 Zoom、钉钉、 等平台召开会议，开展会员活动，持续为会员企业提供了形势研判、互联互通平台。2020年，我们举办了粉膜技术在线论坛会员活动。此外，委员会成员如来自红宝、爱法史密斯、法孚集团的专家分别召开了在线报告会，与参会嘉宾共同探讨疫情影响、水泥行业新技术、未来发展趋势等热点问题。专业委员会各项活动成功召开，为成员企业提供了增值服务，分享了新技术、新装备、新工艺、新商业模式，搭建起世界各国水泥企业交流经验、凝聚共识的平台。3、工作范围及重点工作，参考全球水泥行业热点问题、WCA 会员企业需求，本专业委员会确定了以下工作重点：商定各专业委员会重点工作与内容，与各专业委员会进行沟通协调，为成员企业提供增值服务，为协助 WCA 引导会员企业实现可持续发展，本专业委员会还将继续做好新技术、新工艺、新装备的介绍与分享工作，并起草减排等方面的技术路线图。未来，技术与可持续发展指导委员会将扎实做好各项工作，加强与其他专业委员会及会员企业的交流互通，共同为 WCA 的发展壮大与行业的可持续发展做出努力。谢谢大家。
Now I'm here with Ashwani Pahuja from Damia Cement, Chair of the Zero Carbon and Environment Committee. Ashwani.
Good day. The World Cement Association is celebrating the WCA Day, and as chairman of the Zero Carbon and Environment Committee of WCA, I am indeed honored to interact with you all who represent the global cement industry through WCA. My congratulations to Ian Riley, CEO of WCA, and his dynamic team for organizing this WCA Day, where various deliberations have been made on current and future trends of the cement industry. The world today is witnessing great focus on sustainability and climate change to move ahead in shaping the better world. We can firmly say that focus on sustainability and climate change will further grow very rapidly with time. The role of industry is very important in economy-wide decarbonization because nearly 1/3 of the total man-made CO2 emissions come from the industry alone. And the manufacture of cement also emits nearly 7 to 8% of global man-made CO2 emissions. It is considered a hard to abate sector because of very large amount of process emissions, and either technical solutions to reduce GHG emissions are not fully developed and also are not cost effective at the moment, and we need to scale them up to bring them to economical levels. It is therefore critical for us as an industry to challenge the CO2 emissions with a positive mindset, innovation, and collaboration. Under WCA, to rework and refocus ourselves for reducing CO2 emissions, a Zero Carbon and Environment Committee has been formed with a single purpose of preparing ourselves and our companies for radical change expected to take place across the economies and markets at the local, regional, national, and global levels. The key drivers of this change are globally ratified by Paris Climate Agreement and also Sustainable Development Goals. The main objective of this committee is to support the WCA's members in identifying, sharing, and promoting best practices and advanced technologies to increase productivity, resource and energy efficiency, and reduce its carbon emissions. As the scale is indeed enormous, the fundamentally important point is collaboration and collective efforts. The Zero Carbon and Environment Committee of WCA would explore collaborative efforts towards building technology and policy levers, and it would also provide recommendations to enablers globally. The main purpose of this committee being focusing on the industry responses to climate change and other environmental challenges such as biodiversity and loss and water management. It also enhances members' opportunities to learn about new environmental technologies, offers technical consultancies and guidance, and stimulates sharing of best practices and promote sustainable development in the worldwide cement industry. The main scope of this committee is cement plant technology and practices that can reduce carbon footprint, develop WCA position on green regulations, and certification issues related to climate change. The key challenges to be addressed by us at this committee are how to help members accelerate decarbonization at a faster pace. The committee will also develop external linkages with the key organizations working on technology and policy roadmaps, and to understand the best transition levers for the cement industry. At WCA, we fully realize that the cost of inaction on climate challenge would be very high and catastrophic, and also we would like to be a part of the solution to address this climate change problem. Thank you.
And now we'll hear from Anil Rahman from YTL Cement Malaysia, the chair of the Safety and Health Committee.
Hi. The WCA Safety and Health Subcommittee was established in 2020 with the aim to share, learn, and also support among members on topics related to safety and health. By doing this, we will be able to apply the knowledge and information we have received to make our workplace safe, as we are a company that is an organization that is comprising different companies with different experience. The sharing will be very rich and useful for the members. For 2021, the Safety and Health Committee will be working on the following initiatives. We have identified 4 initiatives for this year. Firstly, in order for us to share information and network, we need to have a platform. So we have established a platform called WCA Safety and Health Network in LinkedIn. All right. So members are encouraged to sign into this page, and then they will be able to communicate with our network. The second initiative, which we have already started, is the sharing of incidents, lesson learned. Because when an incident happens, there is a lot of learnings we can take and share with our members, so that they can take preventive measures to prevent a reoccurrence. All right. So the idea is to generate a one-page document with brief information about the incident and what were the corrective actions identified. So this document can be used by members for briefing their teams, and also to conduct hazard analysis with their teams, so that gaps in their workplace can be identified and corrective actions put in place. The third activity for 2021 is related to raising hazard awareness. All right. We brainstormed and we identified 3 topics that we will be focusing for this year, and they are energy isolation, mobile equipment safety, on-site as well as off-site, and the third is on confined space safety. Excuse me. So the idea is to come up with a document which will be used by team leaders to share with their workers on the topic concern, and getting feedback from them about how are they managing the current hazard. So its idea is to have an interactive session and focusing on safe behaviors that they should practice for these 3 areas. And moving forward, we hope that the subsequent years we will be focusing on other critical hazards that we have in our industry, which is like working at height and hot work and all that. All right. And the last activity which we have already started and ongoing is the quarterly network meeting, where we meet on what do you call it, a Zoom platform, and we have topics for discussion during each meeting. The last meeting that we had in April was discussing energy isolation, which was coincidence. It's also the topic that we were talking on the hazard awareness. So we had a few breakup sessions where scenarios were given and members were asked to identify what are the corrective actions and hazards and all that. So these are the activities that we have identified for 2021, and we look forward for more members to join our network and also to contribute and learn or benefit from these activities. Thank you.
So I'm here with Dalon Paramal from PPC, who's chair of the Operations and Performance Committee. Dalon.
Hi. Thanks, Joe, for this opportunity just to give some insight on the Operations and Performance Committee and the items we'll be addressing in the coming year. It really is a great pleasure for me to be the chair of this committee. Very briefly, having had our first discussion about a week or so ago, I think the scope in terms of what we're going to be focused on is typically, the sharing of best practices from the different regions in which we operate, trying to hone in on some of the specifics of the plant audits and how we can optimize that to ensure that the value add is utilized across the entire membership base. And then obviously a key one for me as well, that would require, let's say, a big portion of the year would be the Pegasus project and oversight of that. Added to that, I think one of the key things we need to identify as part of the Pegasus project is the review and the standardizations of KPIs. As many would appreciate, we come from various organizations with different reporting standards and metrics that has evolved over time and over the years. So we need to reach a common ground so that when we do these best practices and when we do these audits and benchmarking, we all talk from the same hymn sheet. So, that is the key starting point for us and this committee to ensure going forward and in the years ahead that the value add from this benchmarking project and all others is well received by all members. So that's typically the scope for this year, but it may evolve as the year progresses, as we see things changing, and also as we interact with the other committees and see how we can utilize what they are doing and also assist the other committees along the way.
That's great. Well, thank you for your time, Dalon.
100%. You're welcome.